My name's Dave Stevenson. I'm a professional wildlife photographer, which means that I go around the world taking pictures of interesting animals and wildlife and nature, and then my work gets picked up by newspapers and magazines in this country and all over the world. The thing I like about working with animals is that it's always unpredictable. So you never know if you're going to get the shot that you planned in your head or whether you're going to see something that you have to immediately improvise on. So you never know whether you're going to come home with really boring shots or whether you're going to come home with something really action-packed. Before I go to photograph anything, I always try to have a plan. I think it's very important to research the wildlife that you want to photograph to give you the best chance of identifying behaviour before it happens. The best time for photography is in the beginning and the end of the day. This is the time of the day when you get the best light. The sun is much lower in the sky and it's a different colour as well. So the sun in the beginning and the end of the day will be a nice orange and red glow, and it makes everything look much better, whereas the sun in the middle of the day is a bright, harsh white that makes photography much harder. I've photographed wildlife all over the world, so everywhere from here in the UK and even here in London there's good wildlife photography, to places such as Rwanda, India, other places in Africa like Namibia. I've photographed monkeys in Japan. There isn't really a typical day for me in my photography because it depends so much on exactly what you're shooting. For some wildlife I might get up at 5 in the morning before the sun comes up and try to be in place and ready before it's even light. And other days I might need to work with a guide who might need to drive me out to see something interesting. So it varies every day and it varies depending on what I'm shooting. I might sometimes be at home writing for magazines or writing books, or I might be out in the wild photographing, or I might be leading a photography workshop. Understanding where animals live is very important if you're a wildlife photographer. For example, if you're photographing deer here in London in Bushy Park or Richmond Park, deer see people almost every day. They're very used to being approached by people and seeing dogs and so on, which makes them very easy to photograph because they don't run off. In the New Forest, for example, deer live over a much wider area and they see people much less often, and what that means is that they are more nervous. So that means that you need to be far more careful when you're approaching them. You need to be more careful of what you look like and what you smell like and the direction that even the wind is coming from to stop them from running off before you can get a good picture. The thing that I enjoy about teaching wildlife photography is that the people that come to me to learn are always very enthusiastic about wildlife and enthusiastic about photography, and teaching people like that is very easy for me and it's a lot of fun. I also work in two of the best places in the UK to teach wildlife photography. I work at London Zoo and I work at Whipsnade Zoo. Both of these places have lots of animals to photograph and I get really great clients, which makes it good fun for me and hopefully people learn a lot as well.